Okay, it's a few minutes after 5 on Tuesday, July the 5th, and we will want to welcome everyone, and we'll call this meeting to order. Everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Deb.
Rodney.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Don. Jody.
Here.
Harley.
Here.
Brad.
Here. Agenda item number 4, I would entertain a motion to approve today's agenda.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call, Deb.
Rodney.
Here.
Tyler.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Jody.
Yes.
Harley.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Across the mayor's desk, I just want to remind everyone of the party in the park tomorrow evening, Wednesday, and want to thank our videographer this evening, Riker Brindley, is also with us. I think for the summer, I heard. He's our summer guy, so all right. And then also just Founders Day activities are coming up Thursday. They start Thursday, July the 7th through Sunday, July the 10th. There's just a lot of different activities for all age groups. This whole schedule can be found on the website algona.org. So please check that again for all the activities running beginning on Thursday until Sunday afternoon. The last event on Sunday afternoon is at 2 o'clock, and that's a repeat performance of the Voices from the Past. So, Council, have anything you'd like to
Other
add?
than to mention, people who aren't looking on the internet can probably find those flyers around town.
Okay, very good.
Mayor, I still
Yes.
don't say anything, but I would like
Go.
to talk about the party in the park.
Oh, good, okay.
I'm wearing my Rotary hat when I say this.
That's right.
The party in the park, I'm a Rotarian, Algona Rotarian, and Algona Rotary is celebrating their 100 years of being a Rotary Club. And so the party in the park is coming Wednesday, tomorrow night. We invite everybody to come, and there'll be the Dome will be out there, so there'll be donuts, but there'll also be something to eat, and there'll be some music also. And so it's every party in the park is a good event. But again, the Algona Rotary Club is sponsoring the one tomorrow night, and it goes from 5 to 8. So we invite everybody to come to it. And if you do come, you'll have a good time, and there'll be some good food, and you'll hear some nice things. So, Mayor, I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
You bet, yep. Always appreciate what the Rotary Club does too.
Yes.
Even though I'm a Quanian, but that's fine. Got that in there. Okay, we'll move into agenda item number 6, and that's an update from the city administrator.
We've got a lot of projects going on around town. Just want to remind folks if they have any questions or just kind of curious on what's going on, they can check the information out on our city website or on our Facebook page. We have links to the project website. And then we just have this one here. You can go to our website or go directly to, which is clients.bolton-mank.com/Algona. This ad will be running in the upcoming newspaper, but we are starting our 2022 mill and overlay or street improvement project. So that actually officially started on the 30th of June. Right now they're working on Lantry Street, but there'll be, we got about 30 blocks that we're doing this year, various curb repair, replacement, and then mill and overlay work. So I encourage folks to check out those websites, or they can call and stop in at City Hall and get project updates that way. I think that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Move to agenda item number 7, and that's the citizens' opportunity to address the council with any item that's not on today's agenda. Is there anyone in the council chambers that would like to speak at this time? Okay, seeing none, then we'll move to agenda item number 8, which is the consent agenda, and that includes approving the minutes from our June 20th work session, as well as the minutes from our regular council meeting on June the 20th. approving the bills that are to be paid this cycle, and approve Jacob's administrator's report.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Harley, a second from Tyler. Any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. We'll move then to new business agenda item number 9, and this pertains to the Central Park Skate Park project.
We got our proposal for the skate park design and construction services contract from Spawn Ranch. I'll pull up kind of the construction plans here just to generally show it. So this resolution does a couple different things. One, it approves the procurement for design build services with Spawn Ranch through Sourcewell, which is a cooperative purchasing agency that the city is a member of. So as opposed to doing a sealed bid, like we do on some other infrastructure projects, this is one that the services have already been procured through a public agency, and we can basically piggyback on that public procurement that already took place to purchase these services. So it approves that procurement process of using Sourcewell. 2, it approves the plan specifications and form of contract, and then sets a public hearing regarding those, and then sets that public hearing for June 18th at 5 p.m. After that hearing, of which we had considered the formal contract with Spawn Ranch for construction. The skate park has gone through a few different design iterations since our original concept. We stick with the bowl feature, but added a number of street features as well, benches and rails and different ramps, which is we got a lot of comments on in our couple different public input sessions that we had. This design too, we also did add in some 3 benches that will be concrete with metal railing, so they'll provide an area that people can sit and watch, but also kind of just an overflow area that if a skater wants to bounce off of it, it's built to withstand that. So that was an additional thing that we added, in, also based on our comments of wanting more of kind of that combination of the bowl as well as that kind of just street flat work area. Some other things, the total cost of the contract price is $259,050. So those costs from the original were going for, we had planned on $200,000 back in about 17 months ago when we first started planning for this project. So those additional costs are, so those benches and additional area that we added. We conducted a geotechnical report of the area just to get an idea of what the ground is underneath it, and discovered that we need to do a lot more excavating than what we had originally anticipated. So there's about 2.5 feet of fill that will need to be removed and a new base brought in, which when we were discussing options on that, I instructed them that if we're going to err on the side of anything, err on the side of overbuilding the base, because it seems like we're constantly fighting those battles on poor base. So that's in accordance with the geotech report that we had done. We're building it completely to the recommended specs out of that. And then the other is just, inflation over time, especially in these last few months since we first started looking at that price. So the funding for this would be from local option sales tax, as well as the $100,000 Wellmark grant that the city received last year for it. So those would be things that we can, let's say we'll have to have a public hearing on all that as well, but wanted just to kind of preface where we're looking at those items for next meeting.
You said the public hearing, though, June, you're talking July 18th.
Sorry, yes.
It
July
does say
18th.
June in the resolution, though.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
thank you
Amend that.
for
Yeah.
catching that, so we'll need a motion with an amendment on that.
Last paragraph. Oh. Yeah, we need to make an amendment to change it to July of 18th of 2022. I approve the resolution with that correction.
I'll second.
Plans look great, too.
We have a motion from Rodney, second from Jody. Any other discussion?
Just that I like the design, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
I'm not a
hope,
skater,
looks
but I
good.
think it looks pretty cool.
and I just hope any community members that have had questions about the skate park and why we're doing it, I hope they come to the public hearing
Yeah.
and ask their questions.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you come with some answers, because, yeah, not being a skater, I'm trying to understand that, I don't know if it's a half pipe clear off on the right side, because it looks like there's something between it and the other side where the other one would be.
So
Maybe that's already been figured out.
So that's called a volcano, so like in the middle that's elevated there, so
Oh,
it
okay.
kind of functions like a bowl, but you can skate in and out of it.
Oh, so that's a raised area in the
Yeah,
middle.
so
Okay,
this is raised up.
okay. Well, that makes more sense.
We'll get you a skateboard.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Yeah, try it out. Okay, any other questions or? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, Deb.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Jody,
Yes,
Harley,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes. Motion carried, thank you. Agenda item number 10 concerns outdoor service area for Founder's Day.
This item would amend the previous outdoor service area for Founder's Day for Peps and Billy Joe's. The mayor, Vicki Mallory, and I had met with Doug Pepe and Ryan Henderson to kind of go over final logistics and how we go about doing this. And this is kind of the recommended compromise that came out of that meeting. So we'd set it up the way we did last year, with the main difference being that on that border, there would be signs stating that liquor can't cross from one establishment's license to the other about every 20 feet that the chamber has. And then we'll be marking it with pavement. And the license holders are aware that they're responsible for enforcing that, and because it's ultimately they're the ones, potential exposure from the state's perspective on seeing that cross. So this would be the recommended change to set it up this way. It's trying to find a balance of how we comply with the regulations of the state without having to have a barrier or a fence going down the middle of the event and kind of killing the vibe. So this was kind of the solution that we came up with that we'd recommend trying for this year.
I think that conveniently, there's a dashed line right down the middle of that.
yeah,
There you go.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Harley, a second from Jody to approve this amended map. Any other discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Jody,
Yes,
Harley.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Motion carried. Agenda item number 11 pertains to city code, and I'll just let Jacob expound on that.
Last year with the change in Founder's Days and where we had it with the two establishments providing the alcohol sales, we had done an ordinance amendment allowing an entity that's defined as a bar where at least 50% of the revenue is generated by alcohol sales. Under our current ordinance, no person under 19 is allowed on those premises after 8 p.m. With some exceptions, and one of the exceptions we added was for a set time as determined by city council. So if the intent is that we would have this event would be open to all ages, and since so there would need to be granted an exception to allow persons under 19 on the premise of Peps after 8 p.m. So the recommendation is to approve the exception just for the outdoor service area covered by Pep's liquor license from 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., which is when the band is scheduled to be done.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion from Rodney, second from Tyler. Any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Rodney,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Jody,
yes,
Harley,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Agenda item number 12 is an appointment to the Board of Adjustment. This is to complete the remainder of Mike Denny's term. This is a council appointment, and is there anyone have a name possibility?
I had checked with somebody, but haven't received a response yet. so-
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, we'll move to agenda item number 13. This is the final notification, terms expiring, and appointments to the Library Board of Trustees, and this is a mayoral appointment. Renetta Seiler, Bryce Gadberry, and Siri Hartsfield. Their terms all expire on the Library Board of Trustees did expire this June the 30th. I have visited with all three, and they are all three eager to be reappointed to the Board of Trustees, so I would entertain a motion to appoint Renetta, Bryce, and Siri.
So moved. I will make a motion to reappoint the three of them that you mentioned back to the Library Board of Trustees.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Vote please, Deb.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you, and we look forward to additional service on the library board from these three. Agenda item number 14, this is the final notification, term expiring, and appointment to the tree board. Jeremy Prothman's term did expire on the 30th of June, and that's an appointment for 3 years, and that's a council appointment. Has anyone had a chance to visit with Jeremy or?
Again, I sent a message and haven't received a response, so.
Okay, all right. All right, and agenda item number 15, this is the second notification, term expiring and future appointment to the Airport Zoning Board of Adjustment. Joe Hauptman's term does expire on August the 1st, so this position will be eligible for appointment at our next city council meeting. And agenda item number 16, this is the first notification of terms expiring on the Cemetery Board of Trustees. John Hink and David Van Gorkum's terms both expire on August the 11th. And again, this was just the first notification for those terms expiring. Which moves us then to agenda item number 17, our final agenda item, and this is a closed session. And this is to discuss the purchase or the sale of real estate according to Iowa Code Section 21.5.1.J. So I would entertain a motion to enter into closed session.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second for council to enter into closed session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, vote please, Deb.
Rodney?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Jody?
Yes.
Harley?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Motion carried. It is 5:24 and we will enter into closed session. So thank you very much, everyone.